Naruto Uzumaki here! Be sure to drop a like on the video. It really helps poison Okami. Also, if you want to win with Baryon mode, then make sure you're subscribed to For That Godspeed Tech Greatness and Storm Connections.
What if I told you that all of the characters, or maybe some of the characters, might be getting an update to their movesets? Yo, what's going on guys, it's your boy Poison Okami here, me, myself and I, back at it again with another video, and I have a really fun topic to discuss with you guys. Obviously with the footage that's been released, it has become very obvious that there are now introducing different animation types into combos now when a character is being hit. There is more of like a crumple or falling animation is what some of you are calling it, and you can now actually convert hits off of them now where you couldn't in previous Storm games. So there's pretty much like new hit animations types, like new stun types, I guess you could call them. And then going back and looking at the first trailer, I've actually noticed that Kushina, after she hits the pan down her base combo, and her base like what IC3 hit I think it is, as you can see here by the footage, it creates a crumple or like a falling stun of the enemy before it is edited towards her ultimate jutsu or whatever. But despite the editing and everything, her hitting the pan down and that creating the falling animation isn't actually something that is happening right now in regular base Naruto Storm 4. This is something that is exclusive to Connections currently. So if Kushina there is having her moveset altered in that type of way, what does this mean for the other characters? Now, it's kind of hard to say because, as you can see the footage in the background of the first trailer, a lot of the other characters are still looking the same, but I have noticed that when they are starting their combos, like hitting Sasuke and Jupiter and Pain and everything, you can only see as far as their IC2s or their IC3s. So it's not really showing like the whole combos. Maybe later stun hits in the combos might have changed, but then it makes me wonder, if CC2 has decided to then change the stun animations on certain characters, this is actually room or potential for longer stuns for characters that do not currently have them. Now, obviously Kushina doesn't really need this because she already has an infinite or a combo to UJ, but I'm talking more about characters like Ino. Ino doesn't currently have any infinite stun, so having Shippuden Ino, or at least RTB Ino, having new stuns in her moveset would be good. Now the thing is, CC2 aren't actually strangers to introducing a new stun to already pre-existing characters. If we took a look at Kiba, for example, the Road to Boruto Kiba to be exact, Road to Boruto Kiba and Akamaru there are actually completely based off of his PTS counterpart. With that, there has actually been a slight altercation. Within his combo here, he now has an infinite stun that his PTS version no longer had. This is obviously something deliberate on CC2's end, because if it was a direct copy and paste of the moveset, then RTB Kiba stun there would look exactly like PTS Kiba's. So CC2 aren't strangers to changing stun on characters, and it is very likely that this could happen. So what does this mean? Going back to what I was saying earlier, the likes of Ino and other characters that might not necessarily have like extended stun could now have better stun for infinites or combo to ultimate jutsus. There's a theory going around that now characters are having two jutsus now, or like more options in terms of jutsus within movesets. So it wouldn't be weird, or it wouldn't be a strange thought to see maybe if Shino and Tenten also had different stun types in their ICs, or maybe even in their long range kunai combos. And another like more piece of evidence to back up my whole statement about the introducing new types is even here in the new footage here of Naruto Baryon mode and the supporting Kage Sasuke, Baryon mode Naruto is actually seen making his opponent doing the falling animation, but he is still able to convert to a jutsu of some sort. Jutsu or awakening action, whatever you want to call it, he was still able to convert off of it. And then, to even further my claim, the opponent is rolling across the ground and he is able to ninja move and then chakra dash to the enemy and carry on his continuation of the combo, landing even more and greater damage. Whereas Sasuke is also seen right here, also doing the falling state just before he lands his ultimate jutsus, and in the current Storm games, you cannot land an ultimate jutsu off of a falling state that looks such as that. And then just to justify my point just a little bit more, because I feel like everybody needs all the evidence that I can squeeze out of the very limited footage that we have out of Connections, here during the Ashura and Indra gameplay, Ashura has it at a brief moment as well, and so does Indra too, as you can see in these parts right here. So this begs the question, does this mean that CC2 is going to be providing updates to characters? Now, I think this is a likely theory, and here's why. Over the years, one request that I noticed that a lot of you people keep asking is, I want to see an update to Konoha 9 or Konoha 11's roster. I want to see new Naruto, I want to see new Sakura, I want to see a new Sai moveset, I want to see a new Neji moveset, a new Lee moveset, I want to see new Shino, Kiba, Tenten, Hinata. Like, you all want to see these new movesets. I want to see new Akatsuki movesets, I want to see new movesets of Kakashi, Guy, Yamato, right? Like, a lot of people are asking for new movesets for pre-existing characters. Now, the likelihood of CC2 making brand new movesets aren't likely. Their answer to that was to update Hinata and Sakura in Naruto Storm 4 from Revolution to Storm 4. They just got made more suitable for the faster paced game that was Storm 4. But how about instead of CC2 just outright changing the movesets, because that would encourage them to have to make a whole new animations and new stuns and new choreography with like combo strings and jutsus. That's a lot of work, that's a lot of effort, and that would delay whatever deadline they have on the game even further. How about you just change the stun animations? I know this won't mean much to the casual players, but to the competitive players like myself, having Ino with infinite stun would be huge for me. Having it so Tenten had infinite stun in her IC2 perhaps would be huge. You know, just the examples like that would be quite phenomenal. Having it so there are more combo routes for the likes of Lee or maybe even Kiba would be interesting. Now, I know like a lot of the Konoha 9 already have infinites, but adding stun in other places so you can convert into different options, so you can maybe jump out of a combo, land a tilt. Because some of these falling animations, they do leave a lot of time for tilt inclusions. Especially that animation where your character, the enemy character is spinning and being dragged back. You know that stun? If that type of stun was being introduced into combos now, this means combo to tilts are now viable, even if you can't ninja move into tilts anymore. Simply just by jumping and then tilting would be viable. All these theories and these ideas and these perspectives that I'm giving you now, it is likely that CC2 are currently updating the movesets of each character. Now, I'm not saying that this is guaranteed, I'm not saying that this is fact or truth. I'm just saying a what if, and to get the cogs in everybody's heads turning, and to think of the likelihood of it. Again, rewatch the first trailer, watch out for Kushina, play Kushina in Storm 4 and look at her combos very carefully compared to what you see in the game there. And then take a very good look at Asura and Indra, and look at Naruto, Baryon, Naruto, and Sasuke, and look at their stun types that they produce. Very interesting. And I think this leaves room for new stun types for already existing characters to make them more viable for more creative combos. Anyways, that is everything I want to talk about in today's video. I hope that leaves some food for thought in your heads. I'd like to get everybody talking about this in the comment section. I've provided a lot of evidence for my claims, and I'm sure a lot of you are looking at this being like, yo, Yama's kind of correct about this, you know, like we might get some updated stuff and connections, who knows. Again, none of it is guaranteed, nothing is definite. I'm sure maybe the stun types might exactly be the same, and maybe it might be an error on CC2's end, or it might just be a coincidence, but the theory is credible, and I've already mentioned some stuff on the channel and explained some things, and a lot of it is looking very likely. Anyways, as always, I'm gonna leave that with you guys. It's been your boy Poison Akami. John there.